Sige. Right, sige. So, imagine nyo, yung product natin, simpleng pusit lang naman, ganun. Tapos, wala tayong magandang sistema to handle and account things. Sabihin na lang natin na hindi pa natin alam yung diskarte, ang paraan natin para magbenta. Kasi normal lang yan eh. Kung alam natin kung marami tayong tao magbibenta, paraan na magbibenta, mag-equip tayo ng mga tao to sell those products. Right? Pero ito problema, just like in teams, kunyari, a team of 4, team of 5, team of 6, sa bawat team, kung kanya-kanyang diskarte at hindi nagko-consolidate, magkakaroon ng conflict. It's normal, di ba? So, it's dead obvious that for you to reduce conflict, you must have communication, right? But this is true. Sometimes this is a challenge. The bigger your organization goes at hindi mo namamalaya na palaki ka ng palaki, pasok ka lang ng pasok ng mga tao na magbibenta, di ba? Kasi, syempre, kung may tao magbibenta, may sales, may profits. Even though that's good in concept, pero kung yung mga tao na to ay hindi pala consolidated ang pinag-uusapan, actually, nagkikreate ng conflict eh. Iba yung nire-report mo, iba yung nire-report niya, iba yung nire-report na ibang tao. It's pretty much normal. Diba? Sige. So, imagine nyo, yan ang business nyo. Yan ang business natin. We're just selling one product, pero iba-iba yung banat natin. Diba? Kung ikaw ang CEO at ganyan ang paraan mo, masasabi mo magiging sakit ng ulo. Kung magkaroon ng problema. Siyempre, a profit is a good profit in any day. Pero paano kung magkaroon ng problema? Diba? Of course, it's gonna be a very bad headache. Okay? Sige. So, may activity pa tayo dapat. Pero dahil nasagad na rin naman natin, yan. Sige, diretso na tayo sa topic natin. Sabihin natin, magkaroon ng opportunity. Given the same construct, the same concepts that we have, right? Sometimes opportunity would come kung maganda talaga yung produkto natin. Okay? So, kung nagkaroon ng opportunity, yung naging blue, okay? Sabihin na natin, if this happens, could all of your channels manage this? Mahirap sabihin, di ba? Kasi kanya-kanyang kanya-kanyang banat at each trenches eh, di ba? Wala tayong pinanghuhugutan na isang datos. Alright? That is an opportunity. But what if it's a threat? Di ba? Kunyari, nagkaroon ng operational collapse sa ating pabrika. Right? So what happens in this case? Kanya-kanyang department, kanya-kanyang segment, division, are left to their own trenches. So it's very obvious na yung pinag-uusapan natin. If we're working in different divisions, in different silos, ang naririnig lang natin ay ayon sa ating silo. It happens. Sino sa inyo nag-work on corporate? Sa corporate? Sa mga sino nag-work sa inyo sa corporate? What? Jollibee, 'di ba? Departments, iba-ibang balita ng ano department ka? Operations. Iba yung balita ng operations sa HR, sa inventory, sa financial. It's a common thing. You know, the bigger an organization becomes, natural lang na magkaroon ng division. It's our human nature. 'Di ba? May GC nyo na nga, GC nyo, lumaki na yung GC nyo, hindi nyo namamalay na naghihiwalay na eh. It's normal for every big groups to have an in-group and an out-group. What more in an organization? Departments tend to do that. And departments, if they fail in one aspect of their function, ang gagawin nila? Ibibintang nila sa kabila. Hindi, kasalanan ng to eh. Kasalanan ng marketing to, kasalanan ng sales to eh. Right? So it's pretty much normal na talagang mangyayari kung ang ating banat sa buhay na talaga ginawa ko general, di ba? Ay hindi tayo nag-uusap, hindi tayo nagko-communicate. So yun ang main topic of ERP. ERP, okay? Communication. Siyempre, insight natin, minamadali ko na lang to dahil na tayo. Right? What happens to a business when every department is looking at completely different numbers? Sagot? Anyone want to answer? Grades? Go?
There's no growth. Walang growth.
Okay.
After kasi the number both sides is tama, pero hindi sila nagkakaunawaan. So, patuloy na sila.
Pwede rin yun. Kanya-kanyang tama. May kanya-kanyang tama. May kanya-kanyang tama. Kasi, di ba, ang tama natin, hindi yung tama sa... Ang tama natin, depende na lang yan sa experience natin. So, ang tama ng group 1, group 2, group 3 is tama according to them. Pero baka mali sa group number 4. Right? Hindi natin na-consolidate. Our truth, regardless if it's true by fact, kung iba-ibang version, walang halaga. Mahirap bigyan ng mas malaking halaga. Hindi natin ini-evaluate yung mga katotohanan yung isa't isa. Pero kung nag-work tayo bilang isang grupo at may kanya-kanya tayong katotohanan, ibig sabihin, may kanya-kanya din tayong, ano ba opposite ng katotohanan? Kamalian. Get, no? Yung malalim hugot. Hugot. Okay, sige. So, yun na. Anyone else wants to answer? Number 1. Go.
Misunderstand.
Okay. Paano elaborate mo ba? Ano yung kinakain mo? Honey. Joke lang.
Parang lang din po sa explanation nyo na parang, syempre, different number yung tinitignan nila. Tama yun sa kanila. Tapos tama rin yung sa atin, nagawa, sa group 1, group 2, ganyan. So tama yun sa sarili namin. Kasi yun yung pinagpasehan namin. Pero, ayun nga, magkakaroon siya ng discrepancy dahil magkaiba yung tingnan.
Alright, that's good. Diba? Okay, sige. Question number 2. If you could introduce one tool, sabihin na natin meron tayong 1 bazillion pesos para sa business natin. So, use your imagination. One tool or rule to fix all of this right now. Yung mga potential na maging problema lang lahat. Nakikinig naman kayo kung ano yung mga sinabi nilang problema, di ba? Anong klaseng tool, instrument, technique, or way ang pwede natin gawin para mangyari kaya yun? Huwag niyo sabihin ERP na agad kasi yun na yung sagot. Bakit kaya? Walang tama, walang mali. Isip lang, use your imagination. Sige, ikaw muna. Tapos ano? Ikaw ulit. Mabawi ka. Oh.
Siguro may rule na lang gagamitin ko.
Okay. Rule. Okay. Not a technique. Rule. Sige.
Always follow the hands or upper. Kung ano yung instruction ng hands, doon lang mag-stick yung each rule. So, kaya kung may problema man sila, side ko sasabihin, tapos yung head.
Pwede. And you could imagine that following the general guideline or policy, maybe we could introduce that somewhere else here, di ba? So kung magkaroon man ng problema to, this one could be proactive, be proactive, right? Okay, anyone else? Ikaw, tas ka, go. Ikaw muna.
Sir, sa office kasi, meron tayong tinatawag na memorandum. So kapag marami kasing mga speculations or maraming issues na nangyayari sa isang company, which is yun nga sa number 1, marami tayong iba't ibang difference na perspective, kumbaga sa employee at saka sa mga nangunguna. So kapag nagbigay ng memorandum yung office, so yun at yun yung susundin po ng mga employees. At kung walang parang wala nang aangal doon kasi yun yung nasa memorandum.
Yun yung memorandum, di ba? So kung ikaw nagpapatakbo ng negosyo na to, pwede maging step 0, di ba? Memorandum. At least may pina-follow tayo, guys. Sige, Miss Hazel?
Ano po is if mag-i-introduce is cross-functional department po. So parang magkakaroon ng communication to every department para nasa isang goal, nasa isang data na titignan para walang discrepancy. So cross-functional communication.
Yun, cross-functional communication. Alright, so all of your answers are valid din naman, di ba? Walang nag-introduce ng tool, technology. Walang nakaisip. O di sa atin na lang yung 1 bazillion pesos. Yun lang pala kailangan eh. Atin na yung pera, distribute na natin. Diba? Pero ang common denominator is communication. Diba? Communication na nanggagaling sa taas. Communication na pwede din galing sa ibaba. Kung kamusta yung temperatura sa baba, para malaman ng itaas at kaya nilang ibaba. Communication is a must. So, yung nangyari kanina, ito yung itsura niya. Pag nilayout natin yung organizational structure. Familiar ka with structure, di ba? Organizational structure. Basic yan. Struktura ng business, right? Your business could follow a product line, could follow a department line, could follow, this one is division line. Pag sinabi natin division line, again, iba-iba ang discard division kung paano mo ibenta ang produkto mo. Pag sinabi natin ang organizational structure nyo is by product, pwede natin i-divide yan sa iba-ibang klaseng produkto na ginagawa natin. Pag sinabi natin by departments, pwede natin i-simplify as departments. May palitan natin ito, pwede maging marketing, manufacturing, so on and so forth. But definitely, as your business grows, natural lang talaga na nagkakaroon ng division of load. And every time that there's a division of load, right, magkakaroon ng comparison. And comparison is the thief of joy. No, comparison is a point of conflict. Pag ikaw sinimulan mo kumparahin ang ginagawa niya, sa ginagawa niya, ito lang na magkakaroon ng conflict. Wala nang uusap eh. Di ba? So, tingnan itsura ng natin, ng sistema natin kanina. And syempre, tayo business majors tayo. Alam natin, hindi ito yung magandang klaseng paggagawa ka ng structure ng business mo, di ba? O, tanggalin natin structure. Paano kung mga groupmates mo mga tao yan isa-isa? Kanya-kanyang diskarte sa thesis nyo. Kanya-kanyang sulat. Nasulat na pala niya yung introduction, tapos sinubukan niyang isulat, hindi nag-uusap. Di ba? Right. Oh, papahirap ako. But it does happen. It does happen. Huwag natin iisipin na, common sense naman yan eh. Pero guys common sense is uncommon sa ibang tao. Akala natin common sense, pero hindi. Right? Totoo. So this is a reminder that kahit gaano kaganda ang produkto mo, right? A bad system will beat a good person every time. Kahit gaano kaganda ang sistema mo, ang produkto mo, but everyone is not working, not talking, not communicating, you might as well be doing 200% and not being recognized, whereas this person is doing nothing, pero nare-recognize. Dahil walang communication, hindi streamline. And again, you may think that common sense is common, pero para sa ibang tao, napaka-uncommon. Dapat alam na nila yan mga ganun sinasabi. Nope. Minsan talaga mga tao hindi alam. may hugot ka? May hugot. Kala ko may hugot. May extra points ang hugot.
Marami siya hugot, sir.
Naku, labas na. Ilabas natin ang timba. Okay? So again, it's a dead giveaway na this is not a good organizational structure. Sa activity pala natin, alam natin na hindi maganda yung structure. Diba? Okay. Right. So, to answer back number one, just to give an example, what happens to a business when every department is looking at completely different numbers? Okay, so one example, Nike, nabilis na natin. Nike, back in the early 2000s, the early 2000s, hindi pa ganun ka-develop yung system of ERP. Hindi ko pa nabibigay yung kung ano man ng ERP. Sa madaling salita, lumalaki ang Nike, common sense, pag bumibenta, anong gagawin? Benta pa, gawa pa, push. Pero, just like any products, may highs, may lows. Right? High, benta. Kaso sumobra na, wala nang demand sa supply. Ano nangyayari? Pag sumobra ang ang production mo, nagiging inventory lang. Nagiging kalat sa madaling salita. So this is what happened to Nike. There was no communication between marketing, between sales, and manufacturing. Ang go signal lang nanggagaling sa executive. Kumikita ako, yun ang nababasa ko So, kumikita, push pa. But there was no one telling him that there were trends, may uso, may hindi uso, kamusta sa region na to, kamusta sa region na yan, ano ba mas mabenta, right? So, push. Because there was no clear communication. And for a global brand like Nike, ito yung nangyari sa kanila, di ba? Well, solution na to. Yun yung problem. New software was siloed and did not integrate with their factory's ERP system, meaning production saw different numbers in marketing. So, anong naging impact? Before they fixed, they manufactured the wrong shoe sizes kasi hindi nila napipredict, hindi nila napipredict, hindi nila na-extrapolate kung resulting in over 100 million in losses sales and a 20% drops in stockpile. As an example, local, ito, very local to sa Pilipinas. Pag may mga mega sales, sometimes it does happen na sumusobra na dahil mabenta ang produkto natin, and especially if it sales, maraming surplus ng demand. Okay? But we fail to check our inventory. It does happen. Okay? Especially nung hindi pa gano'n ka-develop ang e-commerce. But also, if you could introduce one tool or rule to fix all of this right now, what it could be? What can it be? One good case is what Amazon did. Familiar ba kayo sa one-click system ng Amazon? O ngayon, familiar na kayo, nilabas ko na eh. Basically, ang ginawa lang ng Amazon, pag meron kang gusto sa website nila, one click lang, tapos na. Hindi mo na kailangan ilagay yung address mo, kung kailan ang available, ano sizes, kasi nabasa na nila, okay, based on your previous orders, kung ano yung size mo, ano yung preference mo, saan ka nakatira. Okay? So, okay yan as a business. Kasi, ano ba nagiging barriers natin, lalo na sa online? Online shopping, sarap eh, lalo na paggabi, pag mahina na ating willpower. Pero once na i-add to cart mo lang, minsan may pumipigil sa atin na kailangan ko ba yan? Ang daming barriers eh. Or pag na-click mo na to add to cart, maglalagay ka pa ng mga information, kung ano. All those steps is a barrier for me to sell. Ibig sabihin, kung mas marami ka pang kailangan hakbangan, alam mo na pipigilan ng sarili mo. Eh matalino ang Amazon, meron sila one click. Wala na add to cart, buy na agad. Tapos na agad ng problema. It is a very good innovation dahil nalaman nila kung ano ka, sino ka, ano yung mga preferences mo based on other factors such as their marketing, such as their yung sa ano nila, kung tinatrack nila kung ano yung mga preferences mo with their online application. So much so na yung one click ay pinatent ng Amazon. It works. Bakit hindi ginagawa ng Lazada, hindi ginagawa ng Shopee? Kasi pinatent ng Amazon. Ganun siya ka-effective. Kaya pinatent. So, hindi pwede gayahin ng Lazada o Amazon. Alright? Another case, syempre, Jollibee. Gasgas na example na. Jollibee. They apply a JIT system. Familiar kayo sa JIT, just in time? Yeah, it's the same principle. Just in time requires communication. Di ba? Bago ko, just in time, pag sinabi ko, narinig na niya para mag-deliver din. So the entire principle of this one, and also just in time, for example, TQM, they require planning. Alam natin kung ano kailangan natin i-improve. Alam natin kung saan tayo may problema. Pero ang gagawin natin sa course na to is with ERP, aside from introducing it to you today, I want you to appreciate the value of good communication within a business. So, ERP, yun ang magiging natin, diskurso natin. Enterprise Resource Planning. It could be one of the following. It could be a principle. Naalala nyo kung ano ibig sabihin ng principle? Principle is a way of thinking. Kahit magkabalik-baliktad man, maging gabi, ang umaga, magkabalik-baliktad man, a principle is a principle. Yun siya. Prinsipyo mo yun. Okay? It can be a business principle such as the management philosophy of eliminating silos to create one unified company into a single source of truth. Principle. Yun lang. Pag ako nasa isang negosyo, naggagawa na ako, or presently I have command, I am in the management, if ERP is a principle to me, I will dedicate my effort into making one single source of truth. Ang alam mo, alam niya, alam na lahat. Okay? Walang kanya-kanyang version. Pwede natin ilagay yan sa isang database, pwede natin ilagay yan sa isang papel, sa isang memorandum. For example, right? It is a principle. It could be a system, right? A shared single database of connecting all business assets and replacing disconnected servers and spreadsheets. Diba? Kasi kung outdated, baka iba yung spreadsheet na ginagamit mo, iba yung ginagamit ng spreadsheet. It could be a tool, right? Kung familiar kayo sa mga ERP tools, ang mga ERP tools ginagamit. Actually, Facebook may ERP tool na rin siya eh. Oo. UDA, mga dashboards. It could be a tool. Pero i-represent nyo naman niya isa-isa. It could be a tool. A collection of integrated apps yan that communicate with each other in real time. It could be a technique, right? An automated workflow method that gives leadership and instant accurate data to make strategic decisions. Or it could be a culture shift. Sa madaling salita, pwede siyang paraan ng pag-interact. Tulad natin dito ngayon, we could work in different groups, kanya-kanyang katotohanan, but maybe in this subject, as such as ERP, maybe we could work with one unified truth. And if it's a culture, we acknowledge good behavior. We punish bad behavior. Diba? So, of course, if you reward good behavior, yung behavior na yun lalong mas nagtatagal. If we punish bad behavior and people see it being punished, that behavior gets eliminated. Okay? So it could be a culture. If an employee, if a manager is transparent with his data, allows his or her employees to work on that transparent data, and upper management sees it at binibigyan ng recognition, it becomes a culture. Siyempre, uulitin natin yung yung mga action na alam natin na bibigyan tayo ng reward. Right? So, ito lang yung kailangan nyo tandaan sa mindset natin with ERP. Regardless if it's a culture, a principle, a system, or a tool, ERP is as simple as integration, different division, departments, people, automation. If you can automate, do it. Kung hindi mo ma-automate, still do it. And data analysis. Okay? Yan ang kailangan nyo tandaan sa subject na to. Every problem that we will encounter, what is in an ERP mindset, how can I integrate many parts of the whole to allow me to work properly? How can I automate some functions? Di naman lahat ng functions pwede natin ma-automate, pero we live in a very high-tech world. Minsan yung may mga ginagawa na tayo na hindi natin kailangan isipin, pwede na tayo mag-rely sa AI, just for example. And what can we do with the data that we collect? Okay? Right, so if we would look at this, again, division, and we could structure it, medyo hindi kita, if we could structure it in this principle of integrating, automating, and data analysis, all of the experiences from Changi, Instagram, Shopee, and Factory Direct would go to one unified sales hub. Okay? And within this one unified sales hub, yan, pwede niyang i-check, right? Finances, logistics, it's one single brain. So, ERP, another way to remember this, utak. Yung utak ng katawan. Diba? Utak ng katawan. Okay? So, kung ano man na na-experience ng kaliwang kamay ko, yun din na na-experience ng kanang kamay ko. In general. Siyempre, iba yung ano niya, diba? Pero yun siya in general. Because, in order for my left hand and my right hand to survive, the entire body has to survive. Okay? So far, nagiget? Yung principle? Simple lang naman eh. Isang utak ng negosyo. Paano kayo mag-produce ng isang utak ng negosyo? Ayun ang ERP. Enterprise, yung negosyo nyo. Resource, kung ano meron kayo. Pera, tao, effort, planning. Anong gagawin natin doon? Alright? So far, so good. Nagigets? O, pwede na tayong umuwi. De, joke lang. Yun ang basic principle of seryoso. Basic principle of ERP. Okay? Integration. Bringing systems together. Oh, yeah. You know the saying, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Sometimes, 1 plus 1 is not equals to 1 plus 1 could be 3, could be 4. Bakit? If one makes an impact and the other makes an impact at pinagsama mo, matindi ang impact. It's multiplication. It's no longer addition. Don't take me literally. I'm just talking about this figuratively. What if we have one good person and we add another good person and we allow them to create something great? Maybe it's the best. Diba? Ayun ang itsura ng ERP. Nalalaman natin kung ano yung mga advantages ng mga ibang tao and we put them at the right place at the right time. Automation, okay, removing manual friction. Automation is applied to an effort. Efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. Sa madaling salita, kung may mga parts na hindi mo naman kailangan talaga bigyan ng focus eh. Mga routine, right? If you could delegate it, pwede mo nang pagawa sa ibang tao. More importantly, pagawa sa system. This allows me to have very important resources, which is my time, to focus on something else. Paano kung sisimulan mo yung araw mo, kailangan mo pang i-check yung mga ganito, yung mga email mo, kung saan ka magaganyan, tapos kailangan mo pang maglinis ng kung ano-ano na ganyan. What if you could delegate that to something else? A system, right? This frees me from doing that to something na importante para sa akin. Ba? Remember guys, time is a very important resource. So important that it is non-renewable. So with my non-renewable resources, I would focus on the urgent, yung kailangan ko nang gawin, ang importante, and everything else na hindi importante, pagawa ko na lang sa iba, right? Or automate it. I'm talking about in business aspect, syempre sa sa buhay nyo. Kung ano, may me time kayo, no problem with that. Data analysis, turning numbers into strategy. Order and simplifications are the first steps towards a mastery of the subject. So, if you could simplify something, just like this subject is very complicated, but I am doing my best to simplify it. And for me to be able to simplify it, papakita ko yung data na relevant para sa inyo. Ikaw ang teacher, baliktarin natin yung sitwasyon. Kayo ang teacher. You try to teach this into someone na gusto nyong maging interested sa topic. You don't present them basa-basa yung mga information na hindi naman nila kailangan. You present them sa pinaka-simple na paraan na kaya mong gawin. Diba? So, in a nutshell, if we're using the ERP mindset, it's always about integrating all of these functions into one system, into one data na malalaman na, mula sa group 1, malalaman ng group 2, malalaman ng group 3, malalaman ng group 4, and everything else na hindi natin kailangan, pwede nating i-automate if we have the availability. If not automate, delegate, and analyze the data, which works, which doesn't. Which works, we improve. Which doesn't, maybe we could let go. Alright? So, yun ang ERP in a nutshell. So, ang learning objective natin sa course na ito, okay, for the next 4 months, process integration, connect core business workflows to eliminate operational bottlenecks. Kung nag-TQM kayo, I'm sure na familiar naman to sa inyo. Parang ano lang, rehash lang pala ng TQM to. Pero instead of the acting, ERP is the planning. Paano natin ipaplano yung gagawin nating TQM, for example? Development and automation, deal with the urgent, improve on the important, delegate on the routine. Okay? Data visibility, break down departmental silos using a centralized real-time database. Right? And lastly, strategic transformation, leverage enterprise systems to survive crisis, adapt to change, and scale it effectively. So, many jargons. Basta ito lang maging goal natin with ERP, right? Is to, balik natin sa is to always focus on this. In any problem that I will give you in this course, using this approach, what can you do? What can you do? What and how could you apply this integrating, automating, and data analysis? Reflect na lang tayo sa daily lives natin, sa buhay natin. Diba? Minsan yung banat natin baka kinukulang kasi kulang tayo ng diskarte, kulang tayo ng resources. Planning saves a lot. Ano yung sinabi nila? A peso spent in planning saves you 10,000 pesos in execution. Make sense? Make sense, diba? Kahit mag-spend ka kahit sandali lang sa plano. Nag-spend ka ng time sa pagplano saves you a lot in execution. If you want to chop down 200 trees, spend 2 hours sharpening the axe. Kasi kung hindi mo ginawa yun, mahirap. That's planning. Spend a little time, right, in planning, and you're gonna save a lot in execution. Yun ang mindset natin sa ERP. Because I'm gonna assign you with the topics, right? I'm gonna tell you what you need to explain, what you need to do, pero iyan ang mindset natin. How could we simplify things with planning? So far, so good. May questions? Kulang pa yung honey na binigay ko? Kulang pa ata. Honey pa? Naku, alam ko. Ay, chocolate pala yan. Sige. Next time, ano ba yung talagang matindi sa asukal? Bigyan ko na lang kayo ng honey. O, yun. O, galing sa bubuyog. Sige. Okay. Okay na. Next time na ako pang pizza pag may outputs na tayo, ha? Okay. So, yeah, may thesis pa pala tayo. So, ito yung itsura ng ating module. Pero you know what? Isi-simplify ko na lang. Masyadong masyadong magulo. Pero at least may idea kayo ng ano. Pero ito na yung grouping natin. I'm gonna assign to you different topics. More importantly, present kayo today. So, ang dami nyo nakakot na grade. Laking bagay na rin yan. Nakabawi na iba. Tapos yung mga present before, sobrang boost. Extra. Okay? May kulang. May kulang sa presentation ko. Okay, sige. Dahil kayo naman na mag-explain. So far, may questions sa ERP? Daming questions to kasi marami akong iniwanan na butas sa presentation ko eh. Questions? Para may grade. Nagsasalita yung may grade. Questions? 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 Wala. Sige, dagdag ko na lang to. So again, using the same mindset, what if ang business mo is healthcare? What if ang business mo is manufacturing? What if ang business mo is services? What if ang business mo is retail? Okay? All of those categories of businesses will have the same problems kung siloed sila. But all of those businesses would have the same solution if their planning is integrated. So siguro gagawin ko na lang sa presentation natin, bibigyan ko kayo ng mga iba't ibang klaseng businesses, tulad na lang ng healthcare, ng service, retail, whatsoever, para kayo mag-present kung paano magiging discussion ng ERP. Copy? Kaya naman? Doable? Question? Walang question? Meron pa tayong 30 minutes. Pero papawin ko na kayo ng maaga. Umaga na? Wala na question? Wala na